Well, hello. I am Nathan with the Octet Collaborative. Good to see you again. And today I have the great pleasure of introducing the newest member of the Octet team, Marana Avant. Um, and I'm pretty sure I pronounced it right
Yes, you
this
did.
time.
You got it. Yep.
Good,
Yep.
good. So Marana has just joined the Octet Collaborative team last July, and she is joined as our Director of Development. So, Miranda, can I just start by just asking you to introduce yourself? Just say a little about um, who you are, maybe a little about how you got connected to
Mhm.
Octet, and anything else you'd like to start off with.
Sure, sure. So as Nathan mentioned, my name is Marana Avant. Very good job on the pronunciation. I'm very impressed. Yeah, so the story kind of goes back to 2020, actually, when Octet Collaborative had its kickoff meeting. And I was on staff at MIT. I worked with the Office of Leadership Giving, more specifically, the Office of Individual Giving. So I worked there. And then I think, though, at the time that Octet had their kickoff meeting, their first kickoff meeting, I was working in the Office of the Recording Secretary. So I had, at that point, I had been on staff for about 3 years. And I was involved in the table, I think it was called the prayer meeting that occurred I think every Wednesday or every other Wednesday or something like that. And that's where just a bunch of, I think it was just staff and maybe a few faculty members gathered for prayer. And a friend of mine brought me into that, and so I started attending that. And then that's when I learned about Octet, and so then I was part of the kickoff meeting, representing the staff in the panel, and that was I think in the fall of 2020, was it?
October 10th,
Yep.
October
Okay.
10th,
So
2020. We're
fall.
coming up
Yeah.
on 5 years really soon.
Wow. Crazy. So that's kind of where it all began, and then I went to I then went to work somewhere else in 2021, was there for about 3 years, and then was sort of invited back into the Octet Collaborative world when Mia invited me to come and do some singing for a couple of the Dialogos events. And kind of got reacquainted with Octet, and that's kind of how this journey began. And then so since I had some experience in the development world, and me and I kind of had already been acquaintances. We attended the same church. We still do attend the same church. And just I had already kind of known the group a little bit. We started just kind of talking about the need for this role, and here I am. So about 6 months later, it happened. So, and that's what brought me to Octet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So Miranda
yeah.
brings you bring a bunch of gifts to the team. Not least your singing. You're
Yeah.
classically trained. Is that
Yeah,
your
I am.
original
Yeah,
background?
yeah, yeah. My
Right. And
undergraduate in degree is in music education, and then I
yeah,
went on to like actually perform on stage for a while after that. Yeah.
yeah. And anyone who's been around Octet at our events or read essays knows that music and art is a big part of what
Yeah.
we do. And so you've sung at a couple
Mhm.
Dialogos events, and I think we've got some things on Awe and Wonder coming out soon.
Yep. Yep.
People will get to hear your voice a little bit.
Yep.
So that's
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yep.
Um, and then say a little bit more about just what your role on staff with Octet is going to be.
Sure. So my official title is Director of Development, but
Yep.
that kind of, as many of us know, you might have a title, but you kind of do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, especially
Yep.
in small shops like ours. Obviously, there's only
Right.
five of us, um, so yeah, really, it's just a matter of the way I see it is just bringing some of the experience I've had in the world of development, and just kind of creating some structure, I guess, to the development efforts. And a lot of, as I think a lot of people may not know, I don't know. I see development as a way to, it's really about relationships, right? It's really about kind of building those bridges, getting to know people, getting people excited about what we do. So much of it is kind of just building those relationships, or kind of rekindling other relationships I've already had, or like um, just, and that's really kind of it. And then just saying, hey, this is kind of what I'm doing now. This is this really great group that is doing some cool things on the MIT campus. Let us know how you might be interested in partnering with us, whether it be through volunteering or through speaking or through just coming to our events or praying for us, or if you're in a position you can help monetarily, great. So development really is a lot, is it's relationships, and it's also marketing and kind of getting the word
Mhm.
out there and working closely with communications and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what I see doing, what this role is. And so, and obviously, I mean, we all, as you know, Nathan, we all kind of do a little bit of everything as well.
Right. Right.
So
It
I
is a
mean,
small shop.
it's a small shop, so it's from soup to nuts, and we kind of do a little bit of it, all of it. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's a small shop, and we're 5 years old, and
yeah.
throughout those 5 years, we've just been blown away again and again with
Mm,
how
mm,
generous God is
yeah.
in bringing along the people, uh,
Mhm,
and the talents, and the funding, and everything that's necessary to get
mhm,
like something like this off the ground. And so,
mhm,
I think bringing you on the team, I hope that those who have given, and
mhm,
those who have been generous and have made this possible are
mhm.
going to feel even more valued,
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah,
because of the work that you're going to do.
yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a great day for Octet. I think it's a great step
Oh,
for us as a team, and we get the benefit of your company, which has been really fun
oh, thanks.
in these years.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask one other question. You
Mhm.
mentioned that so yes, you were on the original summit,
Mhm.
October 10th, 2020.
Yeah.
All on
Wow.
Zoom. Remember
Yep.
back in the depths of COVID.
Yep.
And you were there representing staff because, as
Mhm.
you said, you were working in the office of the recording secretary. So
Yeah.
you've been MIT staff.
Mhm.
Staff are one of the groups that we serve and collaborate with at
Yeah.
T. And so I just wondered if you would just give us your thoughts. How
Yeah.
can people be praying
Mm.
for MIT staff?
Yeah, that is a great question. I mean, obviously, it really depends what kind of staff you are and what department you're working in, and I'm sure different departments have different needs, or from different departments have different types of prayer requests, I guess you could
Hmm.
say.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, boy, I would say, I mean, just from what I can remember, it's boy, staff does a lot. They do a lot of work that I think sometimes just isn't seen. And, and that's not necessarily, it just, that's not to, call anybody out or anything like that. It's just, I think it's just one of those jobs that, yeah, it's just not seen as much for
Right.
whatever reason. And that's, it happens. But they do a lot of work. And I don't know, I think just to maybe some prayer requests would be that there would be more community among the
Hmm.
staff, that they're pray for community building, and however, if someone out there has an idea to make that happen, then give them the courage to do so, or yeah, just supporting staff in that way. Yeah, so I'd say maybe the prayer would be to pray for community among staff, and that maybe we can have a part in doing that. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, that is one of our hopes,
yeah,
is that we
yeah,
can support that. Yeah,
right.
because you're right. I mean, you've probably heard the story. You might have been one of the first to tell the story about
Hmm.
how, there's this unspoken hierarchy. And I don't think this is just
Oh,
MIT,
yeah, yeah. No,
but
no, it's not just MIT. No.
there's this story about how, someone described the hierarchy at MIT as going, it's
Hmm.
faculty and then students and then it's the
Hmm.
furniture and then it's the staff.
Staff.
And that's funny, but at
Yeah,
the same time, you're right. So much work
yeah. Oh,
that is often
yeah,
seen and
yeah,
thankless, and
yeah,
we really want the staff to know that we see them and we love them, uh,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we want their work to be valued.
Yes, yeah.
So another great reason another great thing about having you on the Octet team is that you bring that perspective,
Mm.
and can help us to keep praying and keep doing that good work.
Yeah, sure.
So, well,
Mhm.
I am really grateful for you, and just grateful to have the chance to introduce you to the folks reading our newsletter. And yeah, look forward to the year ahead.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
All right. Well,
absolutely.
thanks so much for joining me.
Sure.
All
Thank you,
right.
Nathan, for having me.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Bye
Okay,
now.
bye.